Good morning! Hi, everybody. It is our first official Monday Motivation Confidence Boost chat, and I am super excited about this. You guys have been just lifting me up the last couple of weeks on just the couple of random lives that I have done, and so I just know that only goodness can come of this. And sorry, I'm moving the camera here a little bit. There we go. So I hope that everybody had a good last few days over the weekend and are feeling maybe rested, maybe that you were able to take some time for yourself or do something that kind of, I don't know, made you feel like you were grounded, grounded within yourself. Like for me, sometimes that can be so many different things. It could be that I did some things around the house. I just feel a little bit more grounded and centered and all of that. Or sometimes it's that I need to go laugh my face off with, family or friends or whatever. But hope whatever it was really, really good. So our Monday motivation chats will look a little different each week. I kind of have the idea of doing kind of a different topic related to us and having our confidence feeling good, feeling boosted, feeling healthy in life and business. So I think that is the best way for us to have some different well-rounded conversations, touch base on all the things that I firmly believe are a part of living and feeling and creating a confident, beautiful life. And so I'm excited to, I have a few of a handful of, things in mind already for what we can chat about and dive into, but also would love to hear from you. So if you're watching this and you're in the replay and you have a thought or even just a area of life or business that you would like more confidence in, feel free to put it in the comments or feel free to DM me as well. That is totally amazing. If you'd rather it be in a chat and a message. But I want this to be collaborative. I want this to be about us together, creating more confidence and excitement and happiness and love and health within our mind, body, spirits, souls, and businesses, because all of them kind of go side by side. They're all swirled together. They're all a spiral of goodness, or could be a point of stress too. And so although we are separate from what we do in our careers, they still cross, right? They still cross over a lot. And so I think it's important for us to just kind of make sure all areas of those are feeling good, are feeling great, are feeling grand. And so I think that I think I'm going to hop into today's topic. And today's topic is going to be taking a look at our routine. So something for me personally that I found was lacking a lot in just my life, but also in the way that I showed up in my business, was some better ways of running my life, running my routine, all of the things. I felt like it was lacking a lot and I was having trouble, right? And not getting enough rest, not feeling fulfilled in kind of my energy tank, not feeling like I had balance. And so it is something that is very much a work in progress. It is not by no means at, a place where, okay, let's be honest, it's never going to always just stay just is. Just when you think you have something kind of moving, you're going to have something that challenges you or shifts or whatever. But what I'm saying is I'm still working towards what I really want it to feel and look like and be like and all that good stuff. And so, but I am working towards that. So I thought today we would talk about taking a little bird's eye view at our routines within the way that we schedule ourselves, the way that we kind of make our mornings work for us or work against us sometimes too, right? Taking a reflection of what we are thinking is working well and feeling good, it really, really resonates with us. It really helps us feel, on the right track, or the things that make us feel a little, right? For me, I know that it was going, for instance, as an example, things that were not serving me were going to bed really, really late. Now, I am a self-proclaimed Absolutely natural night owl. And I don't want to fight that, right? I'm not going to I'm going to be somebody that goes to bed at 8 o'clock every night. That's just not going to be me, at least at this season or this stage of life. It just wouldn't feel me. It wouldn't serve me. I don't think it would do anything for me, to be honest. But staying up until midnight was also not so much serving me, especially when I was still getting up at a decent, like, I'm not like an early bird, 5 o'clock, in the morning type of person, but 7:30 was like usually like the latest I was kind of getting up most of the time. But then on days where I had a little more wiggle room or flexibility, I would find myself sleeping in maybe a little bit later here and there if I didn't have something with a client or something scheduled, right, at an early time. And I found that the kind of wishy-washy back and forth of that was not serving me anymore. So what I want to urge you to do is to take a look at something that maybe you already know. You're like, this is just not serving me, but I can't get out of the rut. I can't get into a better routine with it. I can't see what is going to serve me better. And so that's something we want to take a look at. So for me, what I've been doing is just trying to inch my way to having a better balance, right? And just on the last probably five-ish days have been the best yet, because I've been getting myself to lay down a little earlier. Now, sometimes I don't fall asleep right away, but I might, at least be in bed and resting and no phone, no anything, you know what I mean? Like coming down a couple notches. And so to me, that's super important. And it's been helping. Like, I'm seeing the shift. I'm seeing my energy be better in the mornings. I'm seeing myself get up quicker out of bed versus like really fighting it. Even in the winter when I have a lot of trouble doing that, it's getting better, right? And I'm feeling that my energy sustains longer in the day. I don't kind of bottom out as much, right? And so that's important to me. So what is it for you that you can find just little stair steps in the right direction? Maybe jot it down, maybe jot down some thoughts of what you would like it to look like, or what would feel good within your body for it to look like. Because I firmly believe that when we are at odds with something in our lives, whether it's the actual work that we do, the people that we're around, the routine that we're doing, something that we keep doing that we don't really love anymore, that all that does for us is just kind of keeps chipping away at our confidence. It keeps chipping and chipping and chipping away at our confidence. Because in the back of our mind, every time you do the thing or say yes to that again or whatever, you're going, oh, of course you are. Of course you are, Megan, because you don't have the strength to say no. Or this is just how it's going to be and I'll never get out of it, right? So it's one of those things where it's really, really hard when we are continuously doing the things that don't serve us. Hi, Victoria. The things that don't serve us, and we keep doing them. Our confidence just keeps bottoming out. Because on top of just doing the thing that doesn't serve us anymore, then we're having this chatter in the back of our minds that's just knocking us out of our good synergy of energy. Right? Good morning. We're talking about how today's Monday Motivation is talking about taking a bird's eye view at our routines and the way that we kind of are operating our days, our lives, our businesses, and what maybe we want to work a little bit towards, because it will then build our confidence up and make us feel a little bit more grounded in the way that we live and work and all of that. So that's what I think is really important. I think it's so important to take that bird's eye view, take a look at it. Like my example was my sleep patterns, getting those a little bit more in kind of a healthy balance for me, right? So as a night owl, it's hard. It's been hard for me to want to lay down earlier, but it's been feeling good because, like I said, the energy that I'm having, and I'm seeing kind of my body and my mind feel a little bit more focused, feeling a little bit more energized throughout the day. So for you, it could be anything. But I want us to take a look at today, and I have a little notebook here too in case something jives in my mind from something that we say or something that comes up. Take a look at something. Is there something like, there might be an obvious one, a thorn in your side that you're going, yes, this no longer serves me. I don't know why I keep doing it this way or keep doing it at all or whatever. Then that's the one you want to focus on for now. Don't think, oh, I got to change 10 things at one time in my routine, because it's never going to work. Just It's never going to work. Yes, love this because I have lost my routines. It's my therapy homework this past week and I still haven't addressed it. Oh, Victoria, look at that. It's coming up for you like 2 times. So, it can be hard, right? Routine can feel so good when you're in it and you're doing it, but when you're out of it, it's so hard to get back towards where you want to be or where you feel called to being. And so, well, here's one thing. Here's one thing I would urge you to do is start with one. Like, what's the top thing that would help you feel better in your routine, right? Like, what's the top thing that maybe comes to mind? What's the top thing that maybe depletes you the most? Start there, and then the other things might fall in place a little bit more. Or after you feel like you've got that back kind of where you want it to be, or at least semi where you want it to be, because, right, there's no perfection with it, then maybe the second thing can kind of like start folding in. For me, a lot of times when I start getting something on the right track, other things just naturally start to happen. For instance, because I've been working on my sleep patterns, I feel more focused when I'm working. I'm feeling like even when I'm talking to my clients and things like that, I have more like in the moment ideas, versus feeling like, oh, let me get back to on that kind of an idea. Like, if that makes sense, where I'm like firing off a little bit more on all cylinders. So then today I have more motivation to do some more movement with myself, which is something I've been wanting to do a little bit more. I feel a little stagnant. I'm having some of my back problems are kind of creeping up on me, and I find that movement helps sometimes kind of get them flowing a little bit more and less stagnant. So it's like a ripple effect, right? So I have been feeling defiant. LOL, I don't want to do what I tell myself to do. Well, what if I tell you? No, I don't know. I want it to come from you, obviously. It has to come from your want and your need and your excitement to do that. But it's like it's really hard. Routines are so hard to kind of get in the groove of. And so if you're being defiant about going in the direction you want to for yourself, for routines, or for something that you're doing more regularly, then see what it is. Is it self-sabotaging because you think, because you may be similar to me. There's a time when I felt like I can't have it all together. Not that any of us ever would, right? You could have the most great routine in your life, and it's still, you don't have it all together, right? But like, I had this mindset of, if I have it all together, then it's easier to fail. So are you being defiant from self-sabotaging because of thoughts like that? Where's the defiance coming from? Is it defiance because, right, you're a glutton for punishment, and like staying in this kind of lower level energy just feels kind of more comfortable right now? Like, those are things to kind of think about. I like when I'm naturally high energy and accomplished. So when I have to fall back on routine, yeah, it feels like I can't be as free as I want. Oh, but what if it's the opposite? What if having a little bit more routine, and I'm not saying you have to be like Sergeant General structured over here, because that's not my way of being either, but I do like some sort of like tied up loose ends, right? What if it gave you more freedom? What if having a couple of things that felt really good in your routine gave you more freedom? Because you can build it however it is that you need, or however it is that you want. You can build a morning routine that no matter what comes up in your life, no matter what somebody asks you to do, no matter what fun thing comes up, you can still do it before you go off and do that, right? So I'm just like riffing here, but like, that's just something to think about. Find maybe the things that aren't so stringent and rigid for you then, that will make you feel better, that will make you have more high energy and feeling like you're accomplishing things, but not feeling so tucked away that you have to not do some of the other things that come your way, if that makes sense. I think that's something to think about, and I think it would be interesting to see what that opens up for you if you allow that, right? You know, like some people, they like to read 10 pages of a book a day, and when they're in that, they're in it, especially if they're reading a book that they're devouring, they love it. But then on a time frame when they're not feeling maybe so connected to it, or they've gotten off because they've said yes to too much, then they're not as excited about it, but they love it when they do it. So it's like finding that thing. I changed my life over the past few years with that exact thought, and now I need to get back on track. Love this. Yes. I love it because it's obviously just validation for you that what you were doing, what you have been doing, what you still are doing, but maybe it just doesn't feel as on track as it was before, that it's right for you, right? Because if that's felt good and felt good in the past, it's still good. It's still part of you. And maybe it shifts a little bit. Maybe it looks a little bit different, you know? What is something that you really loved when you were feeling over the last couple of years? When you were feeling really good in your routine, what is something that you loved about it? Like, can you name a part of the routine that really lit you up the most? Can you name something that you felt when you were doing it better? Because I think that sometimes too, we have to take ourselves back to those spaces. A lot of times when I'm doing work where I'm feeling a good energy drive through me, I try to like click it, like take a mind shot of that feeling of my energy so that I can go back to it when I lose my way and I lose my path, right? And so maybe that's something that you can kind of see if you can go back to a snapshot when your routine was feeling good. Hey, Shannon, how's it going? When you were feeling good in your routine, can you snapshot back to something that you can pull from to kind of be excited about, you know? And so for me, like this new sleep situation, it's building confidence in me, right? Because I'm feeling better and I want to snapshot this. So when I know when a season comes up, when it's harder for me, it could be 3 days from now, it could be 3 months, it could be 3 years. I mean, that would be a good long stretch, but whatever. But, I want to be able to snapshot back to this so if I can like Hansel and Gretel breadcrumb myself back. Help me get out of a bad situation. Now I'm not doing it to have to survive. Oh, yeah, you're in a better place and routine is your last resort. Interesting. And everybody, like, if anybody wants to chime in, like, this is an open chat. This isn't just me talking at you. This is us together. But I love that you identified that the routine that you had for the last few years that you've been working towards got you out of a bad place. And then now that you're in a better place, it's like kind of your last resort. And you don't need it in that same sense anymore. I want to use it now to help me feel wins within my day to achieve new goals. Okay, so now I feel like you're doing it for different reasons, essentially, right? So I don't want you to snapshot back to that bad place because that's not where you are anymore, which is such a blessing. So I want you to snapshot to like 2 or 3 years from now yourself and what she can look like and feel like within her life, within her relationships, within your business. What does she look like? Because having a better groundedness in yourself and your routine will help you go there now, because that's your next chapter. That's your next self, right? And so anybody who's popping on now, we're talking about how routine and feeling good and grounded in the way that we operate in our days, in our lives, in our routine, in our business can help us feel more confident, and sometimes can chip away at our confidence too when it's not feeling so good. So Victoria, I feel like maybe do some like thinking and journaling of who you're becoming, some thoughts on who you're becoming in the next stretch of time. And it doesn't have to be like in the next year I'm going to be like this, more just open-ended. Who are you becoming in this next stretch of time? And what does she do? How does she feel? For me, going back to my sleep, my next version feels more rested, feels more clear, less brain fog. She feels like movement is something that she's excited about versus, I gotta do that. So it's beautiful. That's exactly what you're doing. Oh my gosh, you're sitting with it this week. It's so good. Validation that in therapy and just on this convo today, like that you are on the right track. You are creating it already without you even really like, right? You've got it moving already. And so just think, if you sit with it this week and see what comes up for you. Anybody else have something that they're working towards in their routine that they want to be better at, that you want to journal more, you want to write more, you want to get more movement in, you want to anything, you want to have more time for connection and networking in your business, like what is it that you want to build into your routine? Don't feel like you have to jump in, but feel free to jump in as well. because I love this conversation. I love this conversation. And while I wait to see if anybody has anything else that they're chatting up, I am going to pull an empowering question, and I would love to kind of gear it towards this building confidence within our routines, and see what we can kind of keep going and thinking towards, and maybe have an aha moment for within this confident building in our routines, because it can be a game changer. I mean, they say that like people who are out there really succeeding in life, and by succeeding it can mean a million trillion different things, but they have like pretty solid morning routines. But for every person who is successful, right, whatever their version of success is, that has a solid morning routine, there's a whole bunch that don't too. You know what I mean? So it's not a make or break thing. It really matters what makes sense to you, right? For me, I also, there's a little side note, but this probably won't surprise many people, is this morning I also put on music and danced while I got ready. Like while I was doing my hair and doing my makeup, I was just kind of like dancing and singing, because my podcast that went up a couple weeks ago is 5 weird things that I do to help calm me and to kind of build like more confidence within me when I'm feeling nervous, when I'm having anxiety, all these things. And one of them has to do with kind of activating the vagus nerve, which can be activated through the roof of our mouth. And our vagus nerve helps our parasympathetic system regulate. And so singing, right, when you're doing that, la, 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 you don't want to really hear my singing voice, but when you're doing that, it's vibrating the roof of your mouth, it's vibrating all the vocal cords, and your parasympathetic system is getting a moment of like, oh, it's safe and it's okay, and it's kind of getting a little hug, if you will. And so another portion of my morning routine lately has been having some pump up songs on. Like the other day, Walking on Sunshine came out, and it was like, this is the perfect song. Like it was just made me like dance, it made me sing. And so I'm getting that parasympathetic system. I'm getting some like calmed down. I'm getting some energy that was kind of stuck. Cause sometimes, does anybody else, or is it just me, like lay there in the beginning of like the morning and you just like feel like the stress like in your chest and your heart? Like it just feels like it's fluttery and heavy and whatever. And it's like, like I feel like this is helping me get it out, and that way I'm not like carrying it into the day as much. Singing and even gargling in the shower. Yep, exactly. That is so funny, because that is exactly what I talked about in that episode. And so I gargle. I have a gargle hum routine in the shower, and I use it even when I'm not in an anxious moment. I try to use it as proactive, as kind of a helpful tool to keep my body kind of coming back down. Let's see. Shannon says, this is not a coincidence that you're chatting about this today. I was just chatting with my husband on Saturday about creating a solid schedule for my workday week. I think as creatives, we can rebel. We can rebel against schedules. Yes. Totally. I'm glad that this is resonating with you guys, because I was like, which topic do I start with today? Because I've got a few that I want to, kind of go throughout as the weeks go on. And so I was like, routine, let's start there, because I'm actively working on things as well. And yes, I think as creatives and as just also just from the human level, there's a lot of times that we just get into these ruts where we don't even know how we can feel better. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to other people, but to me it makes sense that we don't even know that there's a better way of feeling. Like we just come to terms with, oh, I'm creative, and it's just chaotic to be creative, right? Rebel. And nobody tells me what to do. Like, ain't nobody telling us what to be like and what to do. I love it. There does, but what if it's us telling ourselves? What if it's our younger selves who just need a space to feel safe? What if it's our future selves that need a space to feel expansive and expanding? What if it's not somebody else? It's each other. Yes, I love you. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. But I think it's really one of those things where it's important to really take a look at that. So thank you for making me laugh on that, because I think it's really important for us to take the time to see, why am I rebelling against this? Why am I rebelling against having a better routine, right? Is it just because I am scatterbrained? Or for me, I have, focus issues and ADD and things like that. And so it's like, oh, this is just how I am. But what if it could help it? Like, what if that's like the natural medicine that I need is to have some more, just a little bit of existing like routine, you know? I love that you told me what to do though. You don't have to listen to me. I don't have. I'll tell myself Megan said I have to. There you go. If it works for you, do it for yourself. But if it helps that I am telling you, right, then by all means use that. I will be that person for you. Let's see what a question comes up for a card, and we're gonna tailor it to this idea of building confidence in our routine, building confidence within ourselves to, do all this goodness. So this one's popping out at me. Oh, this is like kind of interesting. Okay. Like with this topic anyways, because I was like, what if it's going to be hard to tie in? If I didn't feel shame or fear, what would I do now? If I didn't feel shame or fear, what would I do now? Okay, a couple things come to mind, because how about it? With like shame in particular, do we feel like, okay, I'm asking this to you guys and then I'll answer myself. Do we feel shame when we can't keep up with the routine, when we see other people having better routine? This goes back to this, that routine can knock down us a peg, can knock our confidence down, because we're seeing, well, that person, and also this is perception of other people too, right? Sometimes that person they get up at the same time every morning, they run every morning. We're seeing these other things happening in life, and whether or not we see the whole picture, we think we do, and we assume we do. So when we're trying to build better ways of living for ourselves, shame comes up, right? And Victoria says, yup, shame comes up for us. And shame is something that doesn't really serve us. The only way that I can get on board with it serving us is if we feel it, we nip it in the bud, nip it in the bud. I always thought it was nip it in the butt, you guys, for most of my life. Not recently, but nip it in the bud, and we go, okay, I'm feeling shame right now around this. Why? What can I do differently? Oh, first and foremost, I'm comparing myself to somebody else, which I have no idea their own struggles. I don't really know their whole entire life, but I'm comparing to what I think I know about their life. Shame, shame, shame. Okay, well then we're going to figure out a way to stop the comparison. Do I need to unfollow that person? Do I need to reach out and ask them questions because I'm intrigued by the way that they show up, and want to see how they do it in a way that I feel called to? Do I need to, right? So shame has no space for living long term, but it can be helpful in figuring out and identifying things. Yep, shame, the shame comparison. Yeah. So here's a reminder going into your week. A real easy confidence boost is going to be you not doing the things that help you spiral into comparison and shame. Do you not consume some content this week that maybe historically has given you those feelings, put you in that headspace? Do you take a little break from it? Not saying that you can't long term or whatever, but right, is that something that we need to do for ourselves this week? And we might come out on the other end feeling a little bit more boosted, a little bit more confident, or feeling like we are building the thing and the routine that feels good for us, right? So, right? Then the other side of this is the fear side of it. Is there something that's fearful for you that's coming up when you're thinking about bettering your routine? So there's the shame side of not feeling good in our life and wanting a better, right, just kind of outlook on the way that we work in the world and routine ourselves. Is that a way to say it? And then there's the fear of, well, if I do that, then I got to keep up with it. Or there's the fear that, well, if I do that, then there's more expected of me because I'm doing better, right? And I think that's a scary thing and can bring in a little bit of fear as well. I want to give the best life for my little one and build a life I am proud of. Yes. And it's the ripple effect, right, Victoria? It's the ripple effect of us doing things that help others see there's different paths and different avenues. And then it might not always look just so, but it always is something that you're positively working towards. Because if we take out, right, we need to take out the fear and the shame that comes with everything in life. But today we're talking about, right, building confidence in our routines. But to do that, we have to allow ourselves to feel the fears and the shames and the things that pop up, but then utilize them in the right direction. And so I think it's really important, right? Because seeing what other people are doing or getting inspired, right? Just like the banter that's going back and forth right here in the chat, seeing that other people resonate with what you do is super helpful, right? So it's like finding that good balance, like the pendulum of I've got good, exciting inspiration, but I'm not comparing myself. So where's the line, right? Like to me, that's where's the line, because I think so many people get stuck in life and business because they jump over the line too far that then they can't even see what they really want or what might serve them best. You know what I mean? I know I've been there. I have compared the hell out of myself to other people, especially in the very beginning stages of my business. And comparing. Well, it should look like this. It's got to sound like this. I better offer it just like, this, but with my own twist, right? I better use that server or that platform to book my sessions, like all the things, because it felt like, well, those people are doing it and it's working for them. When, if I looked back now, like the first maybe 2 years, there was a lot of things that I got inspiration from and little really great things that came from it. But was I also stifling myself in certain ways? Holding myself back in certain ways? I don't know, right? I don't know, because I took the paths that I did. I don't know what the answer would be if I didn't, or if I did it differently. But what I do know is that we just have to take a look at what is inspiring us and then find our version of it and do it wholeheartedly as best we can, with also giving grace when it's not going exactly as according to plan. So whether you're on live now or watching the replay, I really would love for us to take something, right? Take one thing that we can just ruminate on. We can kind of ideate, we can create some expansion, some thoughts, some wishes that we have within that for our routine. What is it? So I'm going to keep working on this sleep pattern that I'm trying to kind of shift a little bit for myself. And the second thing I'm going to work towards is getting more movement in. So those are the two things that I want my routine to have more of, because I feel better when I do them. Like movement makes me feel free in my mind. So what's it for you? If you want to drop a couple of words or whatever, you don't have to. Keep it sacred to yourself too. But if you want the accountability, drop a word or a line or a whole paragraph if you want, of something that you want to speak out into the world so that you can help hold yourself accountable, but then we also can too. This is a community of people, you guys. So feel free to connect with each other. I know a lot of you might already follow each other. Hopefully you do, right? If you don't, pick somebody here that you have never connected with and maybe say hello to them or say what's up. But speak something out into the world that you want to see come to life for yourself, that you want to commit to taking one teeny, squeeny weeny step in the right direction towards. One thing, and I just thought of this really, one thing that's been really working for me lately is having certain days that I allot to certain things. Now, I can't be so structured that like Mondays are only for this specific thing, like only one thing, but they are days that are set towards being in my office. So whether that means meetings or back end things or creating or cultivating something or updating my website or whatever, it's office days. So to me, it's like, it's not super hyper focused into one thing, but it's hyper focused, and I know that I'm not going out and about to network or to work with a client or things like that. They're days that are meant for me to get things done. My morning lives, and then the rest is kind of open to the things that I need to do at that time. So little things that I'm just throwing out there in the world, especially for us creatives, is would that be helpful for you? Would that be helpful for you to have something like that, where there's certain things that are not too honed in, but just honed in enough that you're able to get your body into a better groove? Yeah? Let's see. Okay. I'm thinking of what I could do now to move myself forward now that I'm living a new life. I know you're ruminating on this all week, so, and thinking and just sitting with it. So take the time to see what more specific things come up for you for that. What can you do now to move forward into the life, right? Into this new beautiful life that keeps expanding and keeps becoming more beautifully blossomed in the way that you are wanting and hoping and wishing for it to. I love that. I love that, you guys. I love that for you, Victoria. It's amazing. I think, let's pull one more card here, and then we'll wrap up. I was procrastinating. Now I'm ready to move forward. Ooh, good word. I love that. And thank you for sharing. I was procrastinating, and now you're ready to move forward. We do that sometimes, don't we? We've planned to like the nth degree. We're just like, oh, we have to have all the things in order before I can do this, before I can do that, before I can say yes, right? Like all the things. And so I love that you identified that, because it takes a lot to notice it. Because sometimes you're just thinking, this is productive. I'm planning the crap out of this thing that I'm doing, this launch, this party, this routine, this whatever, right? And then you're going, yeah, but I probably could have started it a month ago. I probably could have at least started portions of it and still planned the other part. Like, you know what I mean? So thank you for bringing that up, because I think it's a very valid thing for us to all take a look at and make sure that we're not procrastinating too much and too many things in our life, in our business. Have you been hemming and hawing over the offerings that you're trying to offer in the new year? And you just keep like, ooh, I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. Like whether it's the price or the bullet points of what comes with that offer, or the thing that you're trying to create, the painting, the book, the thing. Like, have you just been like planning too much, and then you're going, I'll get there, which fine, you will. Like, right? There's no perfect deadline, but also at the end of the day, are you just making yourself crazy and knocking down your confidence because you're in this procrastinating? Sitting in your head can be easier than moving your flippin' body. Heckin' yeah. Heckin', that's gonna be my new word. Heckin' yeah. Yeah. And let's just say, before I pull the last card here, let's just say how much being in our head can be helped by moving our bodies. Like, when I am in my head, whether it's about to record a podcast, or I have to get on a meeting and I'm feeling maybe a little like, ooh, I don't know which direction I'm going in, or I can't articulate as good, or I'm just feeling not great, I'm in my head, right? Thumbing over words or jotting down notes because I gotta get on this meeting and I just don't know what I'm gonna say. Just don't know what I'm doing here. I will get up and move, right? I don't do it probably as intentional as I could always, but when we do it, right? So if you're feeling stuck this week and you're thinking about the things that you want to do differently, that would feel really good to have in your life, in your business, in your routine, try moving in some way, shape, or form. I love dancing to music, as we talked about at the beginning. I love putting music on and just moving about the cabin. Just close the curtains, go in a room by yourself, do whatever makes you feel the best, and do that. If it is going on a quick walk to the corner and back. Like, I mean, I know it's cold out, but going to like 3 houses down and back. I don't care, right? Is it running on the treadmill or the Peloton? Is it just getting up and just stretching? It doesn't have to be anything specific. Don't make this procrastinating turn into perfecting in the way that you look when you're moving even, right? Get into the body so that your head can expand and you cannot sit there just, oh my God, well, maybe the price should be up $5. No, down $5. No, the things that we do. The things that we do. Okay. So thank you for bringing that up, Victoria. And I love how you said that. Sitting in your head can be easier than moving your flippin' body. But in the long run, most of the time, it makes us feel real bogged down, not so confident. And I know last night I was having a little bout of kind of sitting in my head too much. And I had to shift it. So this morning was a big thing for me to put that music on and then get ready. Like, I'm not leaving the house today, so I didn't have to get ready. I don't have to do it even if I was leaving the house. But what I'm getting at is it made me feel like I was out of my body. I'm doing something. I'm focusing on something. All the things. Okay. Well, this is a nice way to end, you guys. It says, and I know it's backwards, what am I thankful for today? Now, because I'm going to always try to pull this back to the topic of the day, what am I thankful for today within my routine? What is something that you are thankful for within it that maybe is already happening? What are you thankful for? Maybe take a deep breath. If you feel called to, close your eyes and take a moment to think, because it might be like nothing, especially if you're feeling like you're the hot mess express right now or procrastinating the hell out of everything. Nothing might come to mind for you. But close your eyes, get quiet, and think to yourself, what am I thankful for within my life and routine currently? What do I feel confident in within my life and my routine? So I'll share that I am thankful for the awareness at this moment, the awareness of how much my sleep patterns are being helped by being more mindful about them. I am thankful that I have the awareness that my sleep patterns are so helpful when I'm more intentional with them. So that's what I'm thankful for. Feel free to share what you are thankful for if you feel called to. Because you never know if it is just something that feels good to put out in the world, or somebody might be inspired, or keep it to your heart. That's fine too. But I think it's just a beautiful thing, even in the midst of chaos, even in an unsettled time or moment, to find the thing that we do feel good about, that we can celebrate in some way, even if it's still a work in progress. I am thankful for one, and that I can be intentional with my space. And okay, I love it. I love it. You can be intentional with your space. That's the thing that stuck out the most. You can be intentional with your space. Yeah. I'm huge on that. And it's funny that you bring that up, because it's something that's been in the back of my mind about how the space around us is ours, to make it feel like it works better for us or hinders us, right? So you can be intentional with the space, not only physically, but in our minds, the space within our heads, right? Those things you get to be intentional with. You're allowed to be intentional with the space within you and around you. So make it feel good, right? Make it feel like it's conducive to building the life, the routine, and all the things that you want it to, right? If it's feeling cluttery, take a moment to unclutter so that you can have a better routine, right? Coming into the space that you work within. If it's cluttered, you're already hindering yourself, and that confidence is going down when you walk in and going, ugh, well, I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do that movement right now because that space that I would be doing it in looks like a hot mess. Well, maybe then we take a little time to just recalculate that space for ourselves, so it makes it more fun to step into, makes it more calming to step into. Okay, and you want to sit with this and start new, utilizing my space. Yes. Yes. So good. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. One thing, let's see, sit with this to start new, utilize my space, and have it help me be motivated to start. Yes. These are coming through broken up, I think. Let's see. Sorry. I'm like, is it me reading it weird? But I love this. Sit with this, my friends. Sit with this and see what comes up for you. Yeah, Victoria, I see that it's messing up. So I'm sorry if I'm not doing it justice. Reading it back out to the world, to you. I feel bad because I'm like trying to make it make sense. And I'm like, am I? But I get what you're saying. Oh no. I don't know. I know IG has been a little bit weird this morning, but it's okay that you can't see what it's saying, and it's okay that it's jumbled. It's totally fine. What matters is that you have it within you, right? And you know what you're you're thinking and feeling and saying. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I love this. Okay, so I hope that this leaves you feeling lifted and a little bit enlightened to think about the way that you're operating currently and what you would feel good operating like coming forward. Love you too, Shannon. Love you, love you. Thank you for this. Making intentions today towards routine to lift my spirits and my mind. Good. If anybody on live or on the replay needs a little accountability, please reach out to me. Just say, hey girl, can we check back in later this week and just see where I'm at with this, see what's come up for me, see if I've taken some steps for it. And maybe if you're somebody who needs a little tough love, tell me that. Or find somebody else too in your life that you can do that with too, right? Your partner, your whatever, whoever, a friend. Just say, hey, I'm really inspired to work towards this in my routine. These are the two things that I'm really wanting to come to life more. Can we do something to stay accountable? Like really though, that's bigger than just saying and speaking it out and like embodying it. Then it's just like the small action steps, right? So be there and do that for yourself. Also, you guys, I got these heart glasses because like 4 or 5 people, this is like a total shift, but I want to remind you of this because this is going to go with routine and setting yourself up to love yourself, to be more confident, all the things. 4 or 5 people had messaged me on my accounts saying, you need to go to Target's Dollar Spot or whatever it's called now. There's all kinds of things that are so you. There's like disco ball. They're over here. There's disco ball planters and roller skates and things. I got these because this is a reminder that the Love Yourself Challenge is coming up in February. And the Love Yourself Challenge is literally part of this, you guys. It's just something simple. One freaking simple, small thing that you're going to do every day for the month of February to feel more intentional, to feel more grounded, to feel just more like you're showing up as your best self. Okay? And so for me, last year it was wearing a fun pair of earrings every day for the whole month. Even on days when I didn't do jack shit, I still went and picked like a simple stud. But it was the intentionality of picking it out, doing the thing that I said I was going to do, and, right? And being there in the moment for that second. It was a little bit of confidence boost that I got from doing that intentionally every day. And, I mean, from putting on a fun pair of earrings. Things that people did were running the gamut. You can go as small, you can go as big as you want, but it's something that you can literally do, right? So somebody last year did a fun pair of socks every day. They read 10 pages of a book every day. Somebody did that they had their morning coffee at 7 a.m. every day. Some people, trying to think. Some people took a daily walk. Did I say that already? Some people, I'm blanking on some of the other ones. I think I've put in some of my content and my posts about this, some of the other examples, but it can be anything. Maybe for you, it is something to do with your routine and all of that good stuff. So that is exactly what the Love Yourself Challenge is going to be all about. And so it is going to be fun. I actually found some really cool things to do. I'm going to put a little mini giveaway component with the Love Yourself Challenge too, so that people can feel, sorry, these are like distracting when I look that way. So that people can feel just excited and ignited to do it. It's a community of people, right? The Love Yourself Challenge is about us coming together, doing something simple for ourselves for the shortest month of the year. Yeah. And feeling really good by the end of it just because we did that. So maybe it is something bigger on your routine. Maybe it is that you want to, work out every day. Or maybe it is something simple. So this year I'm going to do the earrings again for one of my things. I'm going to amp it up for myself. I'm calling you to pick one thing because it's attainable, it's easy, right? To like keep at the forefront of our minds. But I'm going to do 2. So I'm going to do the earrings again this year because it really lit me up last year. I felt really good moving through last year during this challenge because I was just feeling ignited and happy, and it just made me smile. And I have a lot of earrings from women in business so that it's like a ripple effect, right? Because I show up every day on stories talking about it to remind and ignite people to do theirs. And yeah, so join me. The other thing I'm still not sure. I think it's going to be something with movement because I talked about with this conversation that I've been doing more moving intentionally in the mornings with the music and all that good stuff. So I think that might be my second component, but I haven't like signed, sealed, delivered on that yet. So I'll get back to you. Part of me wants to do like all these different things, but I'm like, okay, Megan, hone in to make it doable and attainable and all the things. So this is your reminder that the Love Yourself Challenge is coming up. It will be February 1st through the 29th. We get an extra day this year, but it's still the shortest month of the year. So you can do this, something simple and small to love yourself for the whole month. You can tag me in stories. You can send it in a chat, whatever you want to hold yourself accountable. It was a fun community of people last year so that we can share with each other, and some people kind of started connecting with each other through this as well. So join in. There will be a post coming up tonight, I think. Yes, I believe that will just be kind of another little reminder talking about it and getting yourself going and thinking about what you're going to pick for your one thing to love yourself through and on and with and all that good stuff. So I hope this conversation, if you popped on at the end here, we talked about building our confidence and being motivated and finding and working on a routine that feels good for us, that feels conducive for the life we want to live, for the business we want to build, all of that. So it will be here living on my feed right after I upload it here. So if you missed out on it, you're just popping on now, go on back to watch it once it is on the feed, and I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to interact on the comments or reach out in my DMs always. I'm literally obsessed with chatting with you guys and have some of the best conversations in my DMs. So never be a stranger, never be shy. It's just me and my crazy blue glasses and purple hair and all the things here, loving to connect with you and chat with you, grow with you, learn with you, because we learn so much from each other, and the things that I get from y'all, I only hope that I put back out into the world for you as well. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. I will see you on stories throughout the week. So there's that, but I will see you here next week at 9:30 for our Monday motivation with a new confidence boosting conversation. So yeah.